All right, it's going to be a quick one, folks, because here's the news flash for you. Dividing rational numbers is the same as multiplying rational numbers with one little twist. All right, let's dive in and see what the twist is. Hint, it's a dark fudge swirl twist. No, just kidding. It really is not. So we're going to do this with some examples. We're still probably maybe in review mode. So let's see what happens. So examples. Not to be confused with examples. I know I made that joke 5 times and it's not been funny any of those, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. All right, so example number 1. 1/9 divided by 5/12. Okay? How do we divide 1/9 divided by 5/12? Well, this is what you do. In order to divide fractions, you multiply by the reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse. And yeah, that's it. So we flip the second one and multiply. In short, simple language, we're going to flip this second one over, and then we're going to multiply. So this turns into 1/9 times 12/5. There we go. Easy peasy. So we multiply straight across, and just like with our multiplication video, link in the iCard, we can... Oh, I'm so funny. Haha. Not really. What was I even saying? We can pre-reduce. Pre-reducing is going to be a great idea. So we can divide 12 and 9. Each of those we can divide by 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 1 times 4 is 4. 3 times 5 is 15. This reduces to 4/15. That's all there is to that one. Let's do our second example as one that I actually kind of forgot to do one like this in the last video, which works out fine, especially in the summer intensives, because we get to practice it now. And you probably watched that video. Now you're watching this video. Probably, hopefully, maybe. So, example number 2. Numero dos. We're going to divide negative 4 2/3. So we're throwing a mixed number in there. That's the newish thing, right? Divided by 3 1/9. Okay. So in order to divide mixed numbers, there's a lot of different ways to tackle it. Just like there is a lot of things in math, there's different paths to victory, so to speak. But in a lot of the way we're going to do this is the first thing we're going to go. I can say words, I promise. The first thing we are going to do is we're going to convert these mixed numbers into improper fractions. So for each one, we're going to multiply and then add. Multiply and then add, right? So 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 2 is 12 times 2. 12 plus 2 is 14. So this first one is negative 14 thirds. I'm going to leave this as division. You could skip and switch this into flip it right now, but that's a lot to do in your head. So I'm going to go ahead and wait and do that step second, right? Excuse me. So over here, we're going to multiply and then add. So 3 times 9 is 27. 27 plus 1 is, of course, 28 over 9. Now, how do we divide fractions? Well, we just relearned, whatever, that we flip over the second one and we multiply. Flip the second one and multiply. This is going to stay negative 14 thirds. And it's going to turn into times. And then we flip the second one. 9/28. Now, again, it's going to be way easier if we pre-reduce. So that's exactly what we're going to do. 3 and 9 reduce by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3, right? So these also reduce. They each reduce by 14. Now, if you didn't see that, actually, they do reduce by 14. And we can jump straight to that. But I'm gonna pretend like you and I didn't see that. So we can see that you can kind of pre-reduce twice, just like you can end post-reduce more than once, right? So we're going to divide these. Let's say all you saw was that they were even. Let's just do that, right? So since they're even, we're going to divide by 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And 28 divided by 2 is 14. Now, you might know, hopefully you have your multiplication facts memorized really well, and you might say, oh, wait, 7 goes into 14. Oh, obviously. So reduce again. So we're reducing by 7 this time. 7 goes into 7 one time. 14 goes into 7 twice. Now, that's definitely as simple and as reduced as we can go. So then one time, let's put our negative to begin with before we forget about that, right? 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. Now, at this point in our math career, we don't like leaving our answers as improper fractions. So we want to go ahead and switch this to a mixed number there at the very end, right? So we're going to divide 2 into 3. 2 goes into 3 once. This is kind of a scratch paper over in the margin section, by the way. 1 times 2 is 2, minus, and we get 1. So our final answer here is negative 1 1/2. Right? 1, and then we put this one over that one, right? Let's see. Well, I was about to say we were done, but I do want to do this one more example. So let me get a clean slate and do one more example, and then we're going to be done. Yeah. So what if we shove a bunch of letters in there? So example number 3. I think it's example number 3. I'm just going to go with it. We're going to trust the gut this time. Watch this be the one time it's wrong. All right. So we're going to have 5 over, 3AB divided by 15 over ABC. Okay, so we're going to flip them and flip the second one and multiply. Multiply by the multiplicative inverse. Right? So we're going to take and do 5 over 3AB times ABC over 15. Now, we're going to learn a lot later about exponent rules and all of those things and how to deal with those. But this, since all these letters are to the first power, this is pretty easy. So it's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be that difficult for us to work with. All right. So first of all, we are pre-reducing both things, right? We're going to pre-reduce the 5 and 15 because those are both divisible by 5, right? 5 divided by 5 is 1. And 15 divided by 5 is 3. Now, it's worth noting that just kidding. I was about to lie to you. That's okay. Don't worry about the lie. Nothing to see here. Don't worry. It's going to be okay. Gosh, I'm scooted over a lot on that thing. I'll fix that next video. No worries. Now, we can do some other pre-reducing because we've got an A on the top and an A on the bottom. So those are going to cancel because A over A equals 1, right? So those A's are going to cancel. By the same sort of principle, the B's are going to cancel. Okay? So what happens here? We've got 1 times C. 1 times C is just C, right? And then all that's left on the bottom is 3's. 3 times 3 is 9. So our answer is C over 9. That's it. That's all there is to that. There you go, guys. That's how to divide fractions. Simple, simple, simple. If I remember, I'll chunk in a link in the iCard to the longer video. Well, it's not that much longer, but a more detailed explanation of pre-reducing and all of those kind of things. If that's an area that you're struggling with, if you're one of my students, do your homework. I'll see you in class. All the things. If you're not one of my students, thanks for joining us. All these lecture videos for the pre-algebra course are available for free here on YouTube. If you want to help us out with that, you can hit the subscribe button and click the like button. And if you want to see anything else that we're working on and doing, you can go over to emberlearninglabs.com. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.